Hello and greetings from Mississippi, Pipelighters here. And today's video will be how to clean and maintain your old boy style pipe lighter. This is my pipe lighter here. It's a pewter pipe lighter with pipe shapes. I sell it on my website at www.pipelighters.net. It's about 1/2 the price of the IM Corona, and it comes with a lifetime guarantee. But today in this video I want to tell you how to maintain your lighter, because your pipe lighter, particularly if you're going to spend a little money on it, you want it to last for years and years and years. And you can do that if you maintain it and clean it on a somewhat regular basis. The supplies you'll need are pipe cleaners. I have some alcohol and some flints. If you need to replace your flint. Now, I suggest a thorough cleaning about every time you need to replace your flint, and depending on how much you smoke will depend on how long your flint will last. So one flint usually should last a couple of months if you smoke a lot, and even longer if you don't. The first thing I would suggest is open up and bleed your tank, and that can be done by going to the valve and putting a little screwdriver or something in there to bleed all the butane out so you don't have any trouble. As you can see in these areas here, you'll get some residue, some soot and such as that. What you do is you will take your alcohol, like so, and you will dip one of your pipe cleaners in there. Got pipe lighters on the brain, and just start going through it like this and clean off as much of that soot as you can. You can use the pipe cleaners to get in the hard to reach places around the jet, in between the braces and the flint tube, such as that. I also have a very soft microfiber towel that I use to wipe any residue and soot that I can to get it cleaned off. If you haven't cleaned it in a while, it's going to take you probably, just a few minutes, 5-10 minutes at the most to clean it. Anyway, once you do that, take another clean pipe cleaner. Just start going back through there so that you're getting any residue or any alcohol that may have been left there. Wipe it down good with your towel and get it kind of nice and clean looking. Also, you're going to want this wheel here will collect flint dust, because that flint is striking against your strike wheel every time you flick it. So what you want to do is you want to clean that and get that off so that you get a good flick. Also, around right here, this tiny little jet here, that side angle flame jet, that can get kind of gooped up a little bit. So, and you take your pipe cleaner, go around that, wipe that down. Because if you notice that over time, that jet may not want to fire up the first 1 or 2 strikes, and usually that is because it's kind of built up there. But if you clean it, you can take care of that. All right, there you go. Now the last thing is if you're going to replace the flint. Now I don't think my flint needs to be replaced, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Right at the end here, that screws, and there's a spring in there that applies pressure on the flint against the strike wheel, so that when you strike it, there's good contact. So you unscrew this cap here, keep pressure on it because you don't want that spring to spring out real fast. And then when you do this, you're going to see that there's a little flint there. Now, this is mine. I think you can see it right there. I'm going to set that there. You take your pipe cleaner and you get into that hole right there and get all that residue and junk out of there. It'll build up over time, and it just will keep your lighter from working at an optimum basis. If you need a new flint, Colibri, Zippo, I don't use special ones. They're just a few dollars for about a dozen of them. Just get one of these. When you're done cleaning, you put that flint back in there. It just slides down in that tube. Reinsert your spring. It's got a little flat metal piece, as you can see right there at the end, that keeps and pushes that flint against the strike wheel. You push that back in there. It can be a booger sometimes. And turn it until it catches for you. Might take you a few times to get it, particularly if that flint is new. There we go. All right, and then you just give it a good wipe down all over. You know, get any fingerprints, oils from your hands, dirt, dust, junk, and there you have it. Now what I'm going to do is show you in the same video here is how to put butane in it, and then we'll fire it. Mine comes with a protective cap. That way your fuel intake valve doesn't get junk in it, trash and such. That's the fuel intake valve there. Right next to it is the flame adjustment screw. I always use, this is like a 5 times butane. I use at least a triple refined or better. And I only put it in there for about 6-7 seconds at the most. That's going to give it plenty. You have to be careful that you don't overfill your tank, because those silicone seals in there, you know, they're not cast iron. And if you put too much pressure on them repeatedly, you're going to blow those seals and it won't hold butane. And that can be a problem. Then you put that cover back on there, give it a flick, 90-degree side angle flame, and there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is Pipelighters here. Please visit my site, www.pipelighters.net, for your favorite pipe lighters, reviews, and pipe smoking news. Y'all have a good evening.